Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And today there was an NBA trade, and we're going to be talking about it. And surprisingly, I'm not surprised the trade happened because I'll say this: we've seen trades happen before. When the finals or the playoffs are still happening. I'll go over a couple. I believe this actually had to do with the Nuggets last year. While the NBA Finals was still going on, the Denver Nuggets, I think, trade, and this was with the OKC Thunder, same teams. So these two teams have the Thunder and the Nuggets who made this trade today. They have a little bit of a pass of making trades together while the NBA Finals are going on. But the difference is this time the Denver Nuggets are actually playing in the NBA Finals. But I think last year the trade is that JaMychal Green, who the Thunder didn't end up keeping, nice veteran player, had a good year in Golden State. JaMychal Green and a future first-round pick got traded to OKC. In return, I think Denver got a first-round pick, which it was a first-round pick for that draft, and it was a pick for the 2022 draft, which I think it was excuse me, it was the 30th overall pick in that draft, in last year's draft. So it was like pick 30 that went to Denver, and then a future first round pick in JaMychal Green that was headed to OKC, and that was last year. And now again, these two teams make a trade again, back-to-back years while the NBA Finals are going on. But the difference is this time the Denver Nuggets are actually in the NBA Finals. So this trade, obviously no players are involved. I really don't think, I'm not too sure on this, but obviously I don't think a player could be involved in a trade with the Denver Nuggets because I'm not 100% sure on this, but not only do I don't think the Denver Nuggets could receive a player, but they obviously couldn't give up a player because they're still in the NBA Finals, but I do think they are allowed to trade picks, which they just did, obviously. So here's the trade that is involved with the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, just a bunch of pick swaps. So the Denver Nuggets are sending a 2029 first-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder that is protected. And then in return, the OKC is sending a 2024 first-round pick, the 37th overall pick in this year's draft, and a 2024 second-round pick. Overall, thoughts. I mean, I think it's a really good trade for both teams, in my opinion. Denver's getting some picks this year. I mean, I like the picks they're getting this year. I mean, the pick that they're getting this year, the 37th overall pick. Denver's drafting has been really solid over the last couple of years. They did. I know this is the 37th overall pick, and a couple of the players they drafted last year were in the first round, but 37 is not that far off from 30 or 21 in the draft. And if you can do well, someone could fall. You can get somebody good or trade up. But last year, the Nuggets with the 21st overall pick got Christian Braun. Look how he did in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It's been amazing for them. And then with the last pick of the 2022 NBA draft, they drafted Peyton Watson, who didn't play much but was good when he played. So the Nuggets have done some good drafting. I mean, look, they got arguably the best player in... Arguably, they got the best basketball player in the world right now with the 41st overall pick. Nikola Jokic. I mean, he was drafted over a Taco Bell commercial. So that shows you. I don't know if the same GM and same draft crew is around that drafted Jokic, but that shows you that the Nuggets are good at drafting and everything they've done with the draft. So that 37th overall pick, that you could maybe get a decent role player if they develop him well, like they've done with Christian Braun and Peyton Watson from last year's draft. And then another 2024 second-round pick, that might be another decent second. I think OKC is going to be a solid team next year. I think they might be the sixth or seventh seed in the Western Conference next year, depending on how other teams get worse or better. So that could be maybe a top 10 pick in the second round. So, and then that 2024 first-round pick, I don't think that's going to be a lottery pick, but I don't think that's going to be that's going to be like a pick that's probably like the 18th to 20th pick in next year's draft, probably. Maybe like 18 to 21 next year. So maybe 17 to 21. So that's a decent first-round pick. But OKC, I think it's also a really nice trade for OKC. Yes, Denver's getting some good draft picks, like the 37th overall pick and the 2024 first and the 2024 second. But who knows what that Denver team, who knows what the Nuggets team's going to look like in 2029? Jokic is going to be 35 years old. I mean, I think Jokic will still be a good player at 35, but who knows what he will look like in 6 years. And not only that, who knows if he'll still be even on the Nuggets. If Jokic is still playing in the NBA at 35 years old, which I do think he will be, I honestly do think he will be on the Nuggets. I don't really see him leaving the Nuggets. But who knows? There is a chance, maybe, who knows? Nikola Jokic could potentially leave the Nuggets. He will, by 2029, he will be a free agent at some point. So who knows what the Denver Nuggets look like at 2029 with Nikola Jokic being 35 years old and could be going in a rebuild stage. Who knows? No one knows. And I think that's the good thing of that 2029 first round pick that OKC now that first round pick belongs to. And I do know it's protected. If the Denver Nuggets are bad, they could get their pick back. That's another reason I like this trade for Denver. If Denver's really bad in 2029, they could get that pick back. So, but at the same time, OKC, they traded 3 picks here to get one that is decent, has decent value, just because of how Denver might not be that great in 2029. I think they should be fine, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the next six years? But I could definitely see OKC trading that 2029 first-round pick. It wouldn't surprise me, because that 2029 first-round pick should have some decent value. But you guys have your thoughts. I definitely think that I honestly do think both teams are winning from this trade, but I think Denver needs to, move on from this trade and focus on the NBA Finals. But still, I think it was a pretty good trade for Denver, and pretty good at the same time, pretty good trade for OKC. I don't think either one of these teams loses from this trade. If I had to pick a winner, I think as of right now, I think it'd have to be Denver who won this trade. But you guys have your thoughts. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.